No insect is responsible for more deaths than mosquitoes. They carry the microorganism that causes malaria. This pest only needs a little deposit of water where to lay hundreds of eggs in just a few days. The eggs adhere to each other thanks to a sticky coating, forming a little raft that will not sink and dry out due to its direct contact with the water. In any little pond, you may find many of these little rafts ready to release the next generation of this nefarious creature. At normal temperature, it takes about 3 days for the embryos to be ready to eclose by pushing out the little operculum. These little larvae are also known as wrigglers. At the slightest sign of danger, they will escape by fastly contorting its long body. They feed from any microscopic particle they can ingest. Dead organic material is a favorite. Mosquito larvae exuviae, or cast skin, is so frail and thin that it can be found only thanks to the old head capsule. The new one is transparent. feed on organic particles and breathe air until they become pupae, like the one on the right. This happens when the body of the larva no longer releases a chemical named juvenile hormone that keeps the larva from metamorphosing. But when this compound is no longer present, then pupation takes place. Sometimes the pupa has problems detaching itself from the head capsule. After a few days, the metamorphosis is complete. The mosquito begins to open the golden casing by pushing its body forward by abdominal contractions. If the organism feels threatened, it can delay the final part of this operation, the so-called ecdysis or emergence, for a short time. But once the process begins, it cannot be stopped. The old exoskeleton has lines of fracture that facilitate for the mosquito to break them and escape to a new life. If, for some reason, the insect has problems exiting the old skin, it may not survive as a new adult. The wings may not develop fully, and other body parts could fail, making it impossible to feed or mate.
The fertilized ovum undergoes rapid divisions and forms a blastula. Each division normally takes about 30 minutes. The blastula develops into a gastrula. Neural folds develop and fuse to form the spinal cord and brain. Eventually, the embryos hatch as free-swimming tadpoles, or larvae. The tadpoles undergo metamorphosis, and tiny frogs emerge that eventually grow into adults.
Female dragonflies lay their eggs in fresh water. Dragonflies are called nymphs after they hatch. During this stage, they live in fresh water. They go through incomplete metamorphosis to become adult dragonflies. This means they do not have a pupa stage during their metamorphosis, but go through several nymph stages. Some dragonfly nymphs, like this one, have gills in their rectum to breathe with underwater. Water is driven in and out of the anus to ventilate the gills, to help in the exchange of gases. Gills may also be on the outside of aquatic insects. Caddisflies, Blepharocerid larvae, and damselfly nymphs have external gills. Like other arthropods, dragonflies have compound eyes. Compound eyes are different from human eyes. Compound eyes have many lenses for each eye, and human eyes have a single lens for each eye. Compound eyes are very good at detecting motion. This is why insects are better at perceiving moving objects than still objects. Dragonfly nymphs eat insect larvae and other small aquatic invertebrates, such as small crustaceans, annelids, and mollusks. Without moving the rest of their bodies, dragonfly nymphs can surprise and catch their prey by suddenly extending the jawed labium or lower lip, which extends from under their mouths. Dragonfly nymphs use their mouth parts to bite and chew. At the end of their final nymph stage, dragonflies climb out of the water onto a rock or a plant stalk. The nymph goes through a process to change into an adult in which it splits out of its larval skin. Many things can go wrong while the dragonfly emerges. The transformation from nymph to adult takes a lot of time and energy. During this period, the dragonfly is vulnerable and might become food for a hungry bird. Once the dragonfly has emerged from its nymph skin, it is an adult. Adult dragonflies breathe air.
Many flies have a prodigious capacity for reproduction. One female can lay between 50 and 150 eggs when a proper place is found. This species is the blue butterfly, which is attracted by the smell of carcasses or garbage. Roaming insects like ants don't find these eggs palatable. Even when they are found, they are not taken to their nest. They are left alone and eclose or hatch in a few hours. When the maggots complete their development, they search for a dry place and burrow in the ground, where they pupate. They don't shed their skins, which are hardened by chemical reactions. The adults break the pupa by inflating the head, which is elastic only for a few minutes. Just like in the blue butterfly, the flesh fly larvae feeds on dead bodies. These creatures may be repulsive, but they are necessary to keep our habitats clean from harmful bacteria that grows on rotten flesh. Just like the butterflies, flies release metabolic wastes from the metamorphosis as soon as they can walk and then inflate their wings. It is estimated that there are over 100,000 species of flies in the world, and just a minority are harmful to mankind. The rest help to pollinate flowers, control pests, and recycle nutrients.